guys, this is Yumi from KidToyTesters, and today I'll be showing you how to make these cute pencil charms on the rainbow loom. So, the things you will need to make these are the rainbow loom, a hook, some yellow rubber bands, or whatever other color you want for the body of the pencil. I chose yellow, but you can do whatever you want. I also used blue, and then this other color, it's kind of like a goldenish tan color, so you can use whatever you want. You will also need white, black, pink, and gray or silver, whichever one you want. So, when your rainbow loom when you first buy it, it comes like this. You're going to need to change the middle piece. Just pop it out. Here, I'll move the hook. Push it down. Oops. Push it down so they're all lined up. Then turn it so the arrow is pointing towards you. Make sure you push it down good enough so that way it doesn't pop out in the middle of while you're doing it. Okay, so let's get started. So first we're going to put down a single black rubber band on these two pegs and then push that down. It will help you when you're looping and when you're placing rubber bands. So now we're going to go to pink rubber bands for the eraser. You will be using doubles from now on until I say you use singles. So you're going to push it down and then put this one on top. Then you are going to go down one row. Like that. And this is the eraser bit on the pencil. And you want to make sure that the bands aren't twisted that much so your pencil comes out nice and clean looking. If they're twisted up, that's okay, but it looks a little more nicer if they're not that twisted up. Okay, so now we will move on to silver. Or gray. So you're just going to go down one row. Going to fill up this row. And then you are done. So I'm just going to keep placing them on these pegs and pushing them down. Trust me, it will help you and save you time. So now I will be doing the color of the pencil or the body of the pencil. I chose yellow. You can choose whatever other color you want. But I'll be using yellow for this tutorial. So I'm just going to go down 3 rows of yellow. I'm going to do each row. And sorry if I go too fast. I have done this before. I will try and go slow. Because I notice in lots of videos, people go too fast and I'm just like, whoa. But yeah. And I will stop so you can see how it should look and the placement of rubber bands and stuff like that. And then you can pause the video and compare your work. Almost grabbed 3. And my gray is twisted. There, now it's not. At least not that much. Okay. So I just need one more and then I am done with the yellow. For now at least. You're going to be using yellow later on too. And so this is great if you have like leftover rubber bands from a bracelet or, you know. So now we will be moving on to white. You might want to pay attention to this bit. It's very important that you do. Instead of going down straight like that, you aren't going to do that. You're going to skip this one, and you're going to place it diagonally onto the pegs. Oops. Here, I'll redo that. Blech. It like twisted up completely. Okay. You're going to place it like that. And then push it down because you'll be placing another rubber band onto the same peg. You'll be going down straight. Then these aren't going to connect on this row, they're going to connect onto the next row. Like that. So here's what it should look like. Okay, then you're going to go one more down on this row. Then you are going to grab the white rubber bands, and this is where they connect now. I'm going to put it here and then go diagonal onto this one. So it should look like this. Now you will be using black rubber bands. You're just going to go down. Then this bit, it's also important. You're going to have one single black rubber band, and you have to wrap it around this peg 4 times. You can do it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or you can do it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you can slide it to the end and then grab them and hook them on. I think wrapping it around the peg is easier, but whichever way you find easier, you know. Okay, so now you will be using white. You're going to use only singles, and you're going to go on top of these 2, you're going to place it, but instead of leaving it just once, you're going to wrap it around twice, so you're just going to do this. Okay, then you are going to go over this twice too. So it should look like that. Then you will do these rows. So 1, 2, 1. Oops. So that sometimes happens. 2. And then 1, 2. So now we are going to start looping the rubber bands. Oops. So, as I said, it helps when you are pushing down the rubber bands. As you can see, this is the capped rubber band I did, or the one that I wrapped 4 times around the peg. And then these 2 black rubber bands underneath that. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to stick your hook underneath that, like into the peg and underneath this. Then you're going to hook those 2 black rubber bands and kind of loosen them, maybe pull a little, and then hook them onto the next so you get a teardrop shape or a V shape. Okay, next you're going to stick it in, and you're going to hook the top 2 white rubber bands and pull on them again. Then hook them onto this one. You should get a teardrop shape, and now this one is no longer teardrop shaped. Then you're going to grab the last 2 white rubber bands and hook them onto this peg. So you should get this kind of shape. It's not exactly a shape, but yeah. Then you're going to go under this kind of group of rubber bands, kind of hard to see. You're going to hook the top 2 white rubber bands, pull them, and hook them onto the next. Then you're going to go back under, and you're going to hook the last 2 white rubber bands and hook them over here. Then you're going to go under these rubber bands, this group, and you're going to hook these 2, pull, and hook them onto here. So it's kind of teardrop shaped, I guess. Then, as you can see, there are two yellow rubber bands underneath this group. You're going to stick your hook in and hook those 2 yellow rubber bands. It may be a little tight. I recommend using your fingers to help pull them so you avoid breaking them or breaking your hook. And then hook them onto the next. Then you're just going to go all the way up to the pink and stop there. And for the middle row, you're going to go all the way up to the pink and stop there. So now you're just going to be looping them. Like so. Go under this band and hook the 2. And once you get the hang of it, it's pretty easy. Sometimes it's a little tight, so you may want to pull or tug on it, kind of loosen it up. Grabbing the gray rubber bands and hooking them, and the pink and hooking them. And then I'm going to grab these 2 yellow rubber bands and hook them onto that. And so you just keep going and you will get this like V-ish shape. Oops. And then don't like go under and grab the black and hook it yet. Don't do that. Just do the yellow and up to the pink. Go under that. These rubber bands. And if you find that you've only hooked 1 rubber band and you've already placed it on the peg or you still have it, place it on the peg, then go back for the other. I find that helps. And if you're like, oh no, what do I do? You have not messed up. It's just you only grabbed 1. So, and there's a way to fix that. So here's what it should look like now. Okay, now we are going to be doing the last looping and then we'll be pulling off the project. So you're going to go on into this and grab the 2 pink rubber bands and pull. They should come off easily. Then hook them onto the middle and then you might want to push those down. Oops. Then grab these 2 rubber bands, pull them off, and hook them onto the middle. So it should look like that. And for our last, you're going to go into this large group and hook the black rubber band. Don't know if you can see that. It may be a little hard, it may take a couple tries. I need to pull it up on the peg. Okay. I think I got it. Yep, I got it. And it may also be a little hard. Just hook it onto that. Then, as you can tell, this back one, it's stretchier and more looser. This front one, though, it's really tight. There's a lot of tension there. Be careful you don't break that. So you're going to grab them both off that peg. And what you're going to do is you're going to take this one with your fingers. Then see this back one? You're going to pull that underneath and through. Then pull. That's this bit on the pencil. Okay. So what I like to do now, and this is the bit where you get to pull off, is I like to use my fingers. I find that it helps. Don't unhook it. And if you're like, oh no, it's going to break, don't worry, it won't. I find, though, that it just tightens that. Then you can take it off. And just keep pulling. And if you take off your project and it completely falls apart or some of the bands fall out or the blacks slip out, that means you didn't do the capped band right or you didn't place the rubber bands right or some other problem like that. But at least you got the practice. and you'll be extra good when you start again. Okay, so now I'm just going to use my hook, and I'm going to pull that off the peg, and I'm going to pull my hook out. It may look kind of weird when you pull it off. You're just going to need to stretch it, and stretch that too. Stretching it helps it gets it shape, because when you take it off, it's kind of curled up and all weird. So here is what it should look like when you are done. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. And so there it is. So bye guys, like and subscribe. Hope you enjoyed.